welcome to this week on the 6873 show. We have a very interesting topic today. We're actually going to be discussing how we are actually moving towards a Ready Player One society that was kind of separating the fact from the fiction, and how society is naturally progressing toward that and actually becoming a reality. So I think we have an interesting show today, so please stay with us. Please like and subscribe. If you love our show, please also consider supporting us on our $1 Patreon. All the links and everything will be down below, and if you really love it, please smash that like button. It helps us more than you can ever possibly imagine. So my name is Ren. The other shows, our hosts of the show are...
Hi, I'm Rossi, and we also have...
Scoodly-doo, my name is Ion, and this fine woman over here.
I am Tookie, and today we're joined by Angel, our own editor. Yay, we're growing. But yeah, today's topic, Ready Player One. We have all finally seen the film, the movie. And I am wondering, like, where do you guys see us, like, reaching that goal? Like, in the near future, or are we still far from that?
Well, it's funny because I've been watching a lot of the tech industry right now, and I mean, honestly, to that level, like I know, like the Oasis, where most of the movie takes place. One of the things that's kind of scary is Facebook Reality Labs is actually working on making that an actual thing, and an actual working metaverse, very similar to the Oasis. But you've also got companies like Steam VR, who recently got between Sony, which is gave them over $100,000, but they've also raised other grants from other companies. So Steam right now is sitting on over $1 billion for them to develop a working metaverse, which will basically be what they call the next internet, a virtual world.
Yes,
Now, the biggest thing I'm scared of is seeing IOI in the world.
Yes.
Because we already know we're going to have those hardcore people that are going to play this like non-stop, and we're going to just be sitting here in the background just looking at them as like, hi, have fun. You're just ruining your fun.
And I think that's where a lot of people
big businesses.
Yes. But that has actually been a concern with a lot of people, and I think that's why a lot of people are really hoping, even though Steam has a few things too, but they, for the most part, they do put out a good product, and they're not quite the that I was going to say dictatorship that certain other companies are.
Yeah,
and since they have over $1 billion raised by companies to say, hey, we want this, make it a reality. And there are smaller ones out there too. Like, it's going to be a matter of time before we actually have the Oasis. I mean, to the Oasis level, because one thing I was actually looking at today is Steam will actually be implementing the new Unreal Engine. And of course, everything that we're used to runs off Unity, which is a great platform. It really is a fantastic platform.
It is.
But this new Unreal Engine, I was watching some videos, promo videos of it, and it is literally photorealistic. Like, it goes beyond the Ready Player One and actually makes photorealistic. In fact, if you have seen a show called The Mandalorian, it's a great series, but everything that you see there, everything that you see there is not real. Everything was done in the Unreal Engine. That was all PC, PC generated.
Amazing.
Nice.
And that is actually the level of reality they're wanting to bring into, if Steam actually is able to pull this off, the level of reality we could be looking at in this new internet, which I think is going to be mind-blowing.
I can imagine, but it will be confusing at first. Like, I think they even would do that with the avatars. I hope not. I like fine way it is, but if it gets so realistic, I wonder how many details they're actually going to put into the stuff that they do if this becomes a reality. One thing I really don't hope happen is like the IOA. I don't want like a big business taking over all this, and we might have to pay to play VR chat. VR chat is free to play, and it has gathered so many people, so many communities, good and bad. And to see a big business like IOA do, like, maybe even Facebook taking over this and making their this different concept, still the same, still VR chat, but I'm just afraid it's gonna ruin it. And I'm sorry, I'm just gonna put it out there. Facebook, don't ruin this for us, please.
Exactly. Well, the thing is you look at even a lot of their models, because I mean, Facebook has tried to enter the fray of being a VR company as far as metaverses and stuff like that in virtual worlds. I mean, they've had Facebook VR, they've had Horizon, both of them failed miserably, and a lot of it had to do with how they run it versus some of the first virtual worlds like Second Life. Second Life actually had a very good. They didn't charge you to be in there, but if you had a business inside of there, like people were making a living inside there, and also if you had a model, they had something that was kind of a little iffy, but it kept the lights on. If you had a model, I would actually weigh that model and charge you what they call it, like an import tax or whatever. So if something weighed so much, virtually weighed it, they would actually charge you for, like, say, a virtual pound to actually import that model in. It wasn't bad, it wasn't expensive, but you did have to pay to get your models in there. But I mean, it kept the lights on, and if you want to just play, if you want to just go in and live there was no pay. It was the businesses, and if you wanted to import your model, stuff like that, that's when you had that little pay gate. But it was one time, and or you have something like Facebook realities and stuff like that, where basically you're on the Horizon. The Horizons was a free service, but every single thing you did was recorded, analyzed, and sold. And so they were making a lot of money off your existence.
Yeah. I
Mm,
mean,
so
also the
that's-
whole yeah. Oh, continue.
So I was just going to say, on the basis of the technology, because what I liked with the film is you had them the VR suits that they were wearing, where they had all the sensory and all that lot. I mean, I know you've got the haptic suits that you can buy, which I know I've seen a few videos of people using. They look awesome.
If there's any companies
So,
that want to
you know,
give us one and we'll test them out here, we volunteer.
Not say no. Not say no.
Please.
Cheers.
Honey. No.
But I want them
But
to
yeah,
think and shine more
what I'm
stuff.
saying is that the technology
No.
is already sort of started there, and it's just obviously the film is going to be a little bit higher tech than that.
Yeah.
But it's
Well,
the
here's the
time block is already in place, so it makes you wonder whether it is going to move into that direction. And
What's
the other
so
thing I
funny
quite liked
too.
was the headsets they use. The actual headsets they
Yes.
use, instead of it having the two, like in the Quest and things like that, where it's got two eyeballs and you have to sort of adjust them. The headset in the film, it was like all across one piece, and I think that looks like a better idea. So
A
you
uniscreen.
have the whole view. Yeah.
Definitely.
Angel was about to say something.
Yeah, I used to watch like documentaries before. I saw one actually one VR company. You know the treadmill that they see in the Ready Player One. Actually, they redeveloped it. Actually, in real life, it's more like a little play zone. Like you actually walk. I think actually seeing people use it in VR,
Oh,
in
yeah,
VR chat.
I've seen that.
Yes.
Yeah, I might put a clip up here, maybe showing it, a little video of it. See how that works out. Actually, very interesting.
What was funny
a small
too.
player, you put it in the corner.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's funny too is the actual Omni treadmill that you see in Ready Player One it wasn't a prop. That is actually a produced commercially produced Omni treadmill you can that corporate
God.
companies can buy, but that was
Oh,
prop. That
that's
was actually real.
nice.
Oh,
Okay.
That's
Oh.
nice.
And
So,
but then you
you're
have
telling me
s-
I can
Hmm?
waste my car payments to buy this. Okay.
yes, this is more important. I'm not gonna lie. Well, then you
Mm.
I
have
mean,
things
even the
like the
whole.
Catwalk C. Is a
Mhm.
fully functional Omni treadmill system.
Mm.
In fact, I was
Yeah.
watching videos from another person who was trying it out, and he's out full out running on this thing. And he says the level of immersion you get just by having that natural walking. He says like he was playing
Yeah.
Skyrim, and he says until you're actually there walking and you see the mountains and you actually get the sense of how far away those mountains are when you actually haven't walked to them. The sense of immersion, he says, is second to nothing.
Mhm.
I need my daughter
So
to hurry up and
basically,
grow
don't
up
wear
and move out
Heelys
so I
on
can
your
turn
set.
her room into a VR room.
Evil.
jeez.
Evil.
Sorry.
But I mean, even the whole contraption, like you see him literally in the van. Like they
Mhm.
have like this kind of ring around, they have the straps,
Yep.
so he's held in place. Even though he might be blown back and such, it's still holding him in there. I have
Mm.
seen a little about that somewhere. I don't remember what it was exactly, but it was same contraption and such. But
Mm.
I'm just like, when are we going from that to the next step? Like, if our next step is like Ready Player One, then what goes beyond that? Are we gonna have
Well,
like in
what
The Simpsons where they have like that you can download yourself to a virtual world? I
Remember,
mean,
the
that is
Simpsons
actually
predict everything.
this is true.
exactly.
Well, what's
We can
scary
live in
is
there.
we're right at the cusp of Ready Player One. Like most everything they had in Ready Player One, the Omni treadmills, the boot suits. In fact, Tesla haptic suits, not to confuse with Elon Musk Tesla, but another company called
Mhm.
Tesla, actually has a fully functioning boot suit that is literally right out of the movie. Because it is direct electronic stimulation. You can do temperature, you can do touch, everything, and it is a full body haptic suit.
Wow.
The headset, we're right there. We're within the next year or so, we're gonna have Ready Player One. But what's scary
Jeez.
is there are companies like Facebook did play around with a little while. Steam has been working on. In fact, been making a lot of very large strides in that direction. Like Steam is very very secretive on a lot of their tech, but you can
Yeah.
still see some of the patents and stuff they're dropping, and they let little things loose now and then. But we are really, I mean, they say within about 4 to 5 years, we will literally have a Matrix level VR experience.
Now, okay,
Jesus.
Mm.
okay. Now that we're kind of on the expenditure kind of thing.
Hmm.
Now, if we were to work the same way they did in Ready Player One, where if you lose in the game, you lose everything,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be the
Mhm.
first one to go.
Hmm.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'll be a fighter. Come on, let's go. Gonna
Mm.
fight
Yeah,
to survive, you know?
You ain't taking my shit.
that concept I don't like. Like
Mhm.
again,
Yeah.
VR chat is free. You only have to pay if you want a certain avatar made, or you want to buy like a model of an avatar. But other
My-
than
Or
that,
if you want to be a
it's free in
supporter.
here.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, the VR
Yeah.
Chat
Yeah,
Plus.
but
Yeah.
Hmm.
Exactly.
gotta think
Which
about
That we
all
have.
of
Which
us in
I'm
here
totally
are, except
happy.
for him.
yep,
Yeah.
sorry.
Mm.
I think would it be more realistic? Would it be more realistic if you like have one life in the game as well? But yeah, I know it's high risk, but low reward, but like more immersion that way. Like you die, you
Well, just
restart
ask
from
Rozzy.
scratch.
Just ask Rozzy.
What's
He's
that?
on PC too,
Mhm.
so he's probably
Yes.
running
mean,
high frames.
I would hate
Mm.
to have paid for upgrades and earned my way into whatever equipment I have and such, and
Your
then for just
home,
be
your
wiped out
everything.
and lose
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah.
For me, that
Sounds
doesn't
like
make
Dark
sense.
Souls.
It doesn't make sense at all.
No.
Mhm.
Like
No.
it's again
You know what I'm talking
the
about.
IOA. It's
Yep.
again the
IOI.
IOA
IOI.
wanting. Oh,
IOI.
whatever. They're big. They're bad. I don't like them.
And counter number 2 for miscorrecting people's sayings.
What?
Oh boy, you done stepped in it now.
So everybody, if you don't see me tomorrow, I'll be probably sleeping in a doghouse or
dead.
on the couch.
Oh shoot.
VR couch.
And his head will be on a spike.
Thank you.
But yeah, I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna screw up
IOI.
anyway. IOI.
Why?
There you go.
I it's literally just a bank. Like they take everything. Oh,
Mhm.
you lost. Oh, boo-hoo. Well, here's our new offer. Like if you pay this and this and this, you can get this kind of equipment. And like,
Mhm.
I don't like that in action. I like the
Well-
free. You can be who you are and want to be. You
Mm.
can roam around. You can create your own
Mhm.
worlds like this, your own avatars, and you don't have to respond to anybody else. Like there's nobody above you. Of course, if VR chat is not
it's a
working,
free.
then there are people above you. but
Well, it's a free
yeah.
society. You know, it's basically a free
Exactly.
society, a free
Yeah.
virtual
Yeah.
society. But the thing is like, you know, you see a lot of like Facebook smart stuff like that. Honestly, could see them implementing something just like that, you know, a one life policy. And oh, if you die, guess what? We'll sell you everything back again because it's residual income. If you want it back, you got to keep paying.
But you can get
You
it
know.
as a certain discount or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I that concept for me, I like free games. Sometimes free
Mhm.
games are actually more awesome than the
Mhm.
ones you
Mm.
pay for. Not saying that those are not great either. They are,
Yeah.
but free games like your chat, you have more possibilities. You have, like you said, free roam. You can do what you want. Don't be an ass. But you don't have to earn anything. You don't have to keep on paying, putting money in this kind of machine.
Basically, like if you go to an avatar world, you don't have to pay to get the avatars. They're free.
Exactly.
You don't have to pay
Mhm.
for them. Like mine and
Mhm.
hers, I paid for ours, which is perfectly fine.
Mine's free.
Which I'm actually glad I did.
My free
Yeah.
also.
Yeah,
Well,
but that was a joint decision because we wanted our own custom made avatars. So of
Mhm.
course you have to pay for that unless you find somebody who does it pro bono. You never know. We were
Oh,
lucky
man.
enough, even though we bought the model, we had a very, very good friend who actually created English our avatars, and we're forever grateful. Really are. We love
Yes.
our avatars, even though he looks like I hit him 3 times a day with a frying pan. But that's beside the topic,
Wait,
okay?
that?
Huh? What?
I didn't say nothing.
And you wonder why I need
Oh,
so many
okay.
crayons.
Oh, God.
Well, you know, even if you look at the because I understand, you know, it takes like even our little show here, it does take money to make this. It takes money to create a world and maintain that world and keep that world running. But you look at VR chats, how they're doing it. It's like we're not going to keep you out of here if you don't have the money. But if you do, great, you can get this. And look how many people on VR chat are paying simply because they want to support something they love. But it's not going to keep the other
Yes.
people who either can afford it, you know, or for that doesn't want to. It doesn't keep them out of the world either. It doesn't say that, well, you can't come here. And then you have the other side. It's like for the content creators, you have free avatar stuff like that. But you know, if you want something better, you know, you can feel free to have the free avatars. But there's still this marketing thing here that, hey, you know what, you can have this too. Just, you know, so it keeps the lights on. It
Yeah.
keeps things running.
Yeah.
And you know, because it does take money to create these rules. It just is how they go about it. Facebook, I don't like how they're doing. I have some apprehensions for Steam because I don't know if it's going to be a pay gate. As far as the living world, I think VR chat really has about the best way of doing it because they don't keep you out of here, but they give you the choice. You know,
Yeah.
like
And
I
as you
don't
say,
have to pay, but I
supporting.
want to.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Supporting VR chat. For some of us in here, we actually have VR chat plus. Please
Actually,
also
all you guys have
really
it.
yeah, I said some
Yes,
of us.
some
The ruling majority.
majority.
But yeah,
Spanish. Spanish. No, I'm kidding.
honey,
I'm kidding.
honey, no, no.
Oh, the
No.
peasant folk.
Hey, Ion.
Yes.
Yeah, remember though, who had the power? The power here.
Editors, man.
Excuse
editors.
you?
No.
Without us, there's
Don't
no
go there.
you.
Don't go there.
Thanos snap. Thanos snap.
Yeah.
Fades.
Undress.
Nah, we couldn't do what we do
but
without
only
him.
50% of us.
As I was trying to say, we support VR Chat Plus. Yes, it gives you more benefits, like you can send invites with your picture and such. You can get more avatars, 100 avatars actually. Which,
Can save more worlds.
yeah, you think that's a lot of space, but it's not.
Worlds? It's not.
It's not. It's not.
Yeah.
But if you have an Android,
Um,
download VRC Tracker.
That's true.
That actually, it's a very
Sorry, I
good
like good
app. You can
phones.
get it in your app store, Google Play. Shush.
They're not sponsored.
Apple.
And we're-
Apple.
Really?
And we're not
Ooh.
sponsored at all. We're not sponsored at all for this, but this is how much we
But
actually
we could
enjoy
be.
having it.
We could be.
Mm.
That's how much we actually enjoy it.
Sure.
Yes, honey.
Oh my god, it really went quiet. I didn't think it was
What?
possible. Nothing. But like he said, VOC Tracker, Google Play app, go in there, download it. You can see, actually, you can be a very good stalker. You can see where your friends are and what world they are. Shut up. You can
Guilty.
go in, you can save the public avatars on a list. So if you want to go back to like the first avatar you ever used, or a very popular one you wanted to give somebody that could clone it, you can save them on the app. And yes, I have a lot of avatars on that app. So yeah, it's really a good app. You can also check out worlds, information about creators, and so on. So please just go in there, download it. It's a very good app. You do need your VR chat login. I will say that. So, but
Remember your
anyway,
password.
yeah. Yes. Not like
Black
this
books.
doofus.
Password.
My password is password.
Password 1, 2, 3,
2,
4.
3, 4.
Yes.
But yeah, I hope that in time it would become a reality with Ready Player One.
Well, that also
It's still a different
brings
concept.
up a lot of issues too, because okay, like in the movie, everyone lived in VR because I mean reality basically sucked. But we're kind of seeing that coming to fruition too in the IRL, because I mean I think where it really gave the boost for VR is, you know, the price point came out. It was a way to escape. And of course, when the COVID stuff like that, it was it was an escape for people to get into world, go out and socialize and do stuff. And even though, you know, we don't really have that so much anymore, people are staying, and it is growing. There was a little bit of a slump there for a while, but it's still growing, especially next year when there's going to be so many new headsets come out and so much more competition come out.
Mhm.
I don't see it dying. I think actually growing. And like I say, I think it was Elon Musk said that within like 5 years, people will want to live their entire life in VR and never come out.
Yeah. I mean, if you can like move entire families and stuff in here, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I can see the benefits, but I can
Mm.
also see the disadvantages. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, the real world they don't the real world can suck for a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people. And I get that.
Mm.
It did for me too, but you also have to remember the social aspect of this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though we are social in here, we're also very far apart. Like, if it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
for this contraption here, we wouldn't be able to communicate otherwise. Yes, Discord, but we would have never have met. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this
Yeah.
would never have been
This would
anything.
never come to fruition.
Well,
Exactly.
That's
what's so actually beautiful about it too is, I mean, it's not just little areas and stuff like that. I mean, for the most part, this is like VR chat and all these metaverses are a global society.
Mhm.
It is.
Yes.
You know, this is a global thing that's happening. We're becoming a global village, and I
Mhm.
think that's something I mean, you sense like in history and stuff like that, you know, because it's always been like us against them because they're different and stuff like that, or they do this or whatever. But when you become that global village and say, oh, hey, you know, this person's really cool, and it's like, oh, well, I understand why you do that now, you know, or it's like, okay,
Mhm.
that's weird for me, but I don't care. I like you, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
Are you
love you
saying
too,
she's weird?
honey.
No, it's just that she lives over what 180,000 miles away
I'm
from
gonna
me.
die. Mm-hmm.
Yet through here,
Mm-hmm.
we feel closer than ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or
Yeah.
Well,
we
you
just
have to think
Can't
became
say
even
that
like
about
addicts.
Ozzy.
Like, I need to go on VChat. I need to go in there. The people I need to meet.
get it in the vein, VR. Well, it's kind of funny too for even like you know, for IRL families and stuff like that and friends who are so far apart. You know, this is like the oasis. Like they said in the oasis, a place where people can be together, you know, and they find their friends and everything like that. Well, in this case too, is for people to stay together. Like if someone's clear across the country, whatever, they can meet up and basically do everything for the most part they could do in real life.
Mm.
Yes, honey. You are very, very clever. You're good at pointing. Yes, he's a goofball, but he's my goofball.
I
Yeah,
might
they're not
be
my
missing a few
goofballs.
chromosomes. If I might be missing a few
Uh-huh.
chromosomes, but it's still there.
Oh, honey, I don't think it's that you're missing, but okay. Oh
Bonk
dear.
bonk.
Yeah, that's not gonna help. But
But yeah, as far as you know, Ready Player One, the technology, we're there. I mean, within the next like 1 to 2 years, we will be living in an oasis. But like you said, where do we go from there? I mean, because we will within actually a very short time be moving away from Ready Player One to a Matrix level, and that's honestly when it gets
Mhm.
scary because like I was reading a research paper from from these Neuralink software, and this is non-invasive, by the way. None of this has to do with like implantation stuff like that. It's what they call a spinal hijacking. And right today, they have taste, smell, and touch almost fully mapped. They said that visual is about 50%, and even they have brain control devices. In fact, you can actually we can actually put the link to in the links down below. There is a device that you can buy right now that can strap to the back of your Quest and actually sees in your brain what you're seeing. Like it actually it senses the part of the brain that controls vision. So it can actually see what your brain sees, and you can actually look at something, think about something, and actually have that react. And it's only $130 right now. It is actually a product that is that you can buy today.
Jesus.
So
Please
yeah,
So
have
if I
that
think
link
of an
down because I
elephant, an
really want to
elephant
test
will
this
appear.
product.
I'm sorry.
Mm.
So if I think
So
of an
basically-
elephant, an elephant will appear.
If you can create the software for it, like it's what they call a developer kit. So the device is working. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get people to develop software and stuff for this device because it's such a new
Mm.
thing that they're putting it out there as a developer kit because there's really nothing for it. But the device is out there, it's working. So that really brings up a lot of issues of, okay, we're right here at the cusp of Ready Player One, like in reality. Outside of that,
Yeah.
it starts getting to not only a wonderful idea, but also a darker area when we actually do start moving towards that form of Matrix VR. Because we could literally, I don't know if anyone here is familiar with an anime series called Sword Art Online, where you basically put on this helmet.
Heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard of
and
it.
the thing is that like they have some of these prototypes that are working, or they're actually working with. It looks like the Sword Art helmet, and it works almost exactly like you put it on. Your body
Yeah.
can be immobilized, and for the most part, you are existing within this virtual environment. Like you would have you would know no difference between reality and this virtual environment.
Yeah. I've actually seen
God,
because
yeah.
it's actually an anime
Mhm.
on this
Yes.
subject, and
Mhm.
you
It's a
can
very
like
good
either
sell.
like yeah, he turns up the like even the volume in the game. He
Mhm.
turns up the pain level, so it's like like very like heavy pain or none pain at all.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that coming. I can definitely
I
see
mean, the thing
that.
this is
Yeah,
like
definitely,
some of the devices on these Neuralinks, they're actually having that now. Like they can reproduce any of these things, and it also gives the ideas like when you can reach to that point where your brain does not know the difference, and for the most part, is seeing reality. What happens if you die in a game and your brain, not the buffers and stuff, but your brain literally thinks that it's dying? Because look at
Yeah.
this phenomenon of phantom touch, like where we can actually touch ourselves in VR, and we can actually feel that.
Yeah.
What's going to happen when we reach that level of immersion where a body won't know the difference for anything?
Mm.
Yeah, that's why I think the step after that is actually upload your well, it's basically your brain because your body will
Mhm.
just wither and die. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
all your like
Put some
your
into it.
thoughts, your personality and stuff is in the system.
The
Mhm.
Simpsons also predicted that too.
Exactly. I saw the
All hail the
I
Prophet
saw-
Simpsons.
Oh, the Simpsons
The Simpsons.
foretelling the future.
So yeah, but I don't know if I like the idea of leaving your body. I mean, shit, if the Wi-Fi cuts out, you're screwed.
Yeah.
If
I
your
mean,
Wi-Fi connection is
yeah.
crap, you die.
I mean, who would maintain all of this, all of the like computers and stuff like that when people go in and they live there like permanently?
Mhm.
Are the people that's supposed to stay in the real world? I mean, you
Terminator.
never know.
Terminator.
Terminator. Yeah.
Shut up.
Mm.
But
I'll be-
but yeah,
Well, so here's another thing
yeah.
on one of the things he said
Hmm?
about the Terminator. So one of the things they're actually have working on right now from I think it was Boston Dynamics and I think another robotics firm Actually, a Switzerland company has been really making strides in this area of mixing virtual reality and robotics. So you would actually put on your virtual system, and you would actually be seeing out through your robot's eyes. So you could actually go to work. Your robot could be stationed
Oh
at work.
yeah.
You put on your VR headset, and you could go to work without ever leaving your home. Like you do all the
There's
physical
actually a
labor.
movie about that.
I
There's
really like
There's
that
a
actually
idea.
movie,
about that.
and the military has already done that.
Yes,
Mm.
and with great
Well,
success
with a
at it too.
drone. With a
Mhm.
drone.
Drone
With
strike.
drones, robotic, humanoid, dog-like,
Mhm.
they've literally done it all already.
Mhm.
And honestly,
Well,
it's
I
the
mean,
scariest
like,
shit in the world.
what about the female robot they built? It was like, she's conscious. She
Uh,
has her own.
Oh, the
Like-
AI.
Oh,
The
Oh,
Sophia.
the AI.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know
exactly.
exactly what you're talking about.
That's scary.
Mhm.
That scares
Mhm.
the living beep out of me. I swear to
It does a
God.
lot of people.
She knows stuff. I know
Mhm.
she
Mm.
connected to the internet. She's not real. She's a robot, but she's still so lifelike.
Okay,
Mhm.
when did we start talking about iRobot?
Well, here's the thing too, is like for like in a lot of the scientific community in that area, there's kind of a divide. Should we pursue AI, or should we produce or go after the human biobots? And I, for one, think the biobots, because you should always have that human element there. Because AI, doesn't have the stuff that we've developed over, thousands of years, the right and wrong, all this other stuff. No matter how you program it in, is still, it doesn't comprehend this
Conscious.
stuff. Yeah, where if you keep, if you have like the bio, you have at least that option there. I mean, even as to the point where it gets to the point where you're nothing but basically a brain in a bottle, but you're controlling a robot,
Yeah.
you still have that element there, that check and balance. Because I
Just
mean,
make
even
sure the on and off
Sophia,
switch is in a great place.
yes,
Mhm.
but even
Please
Sophia
don't.
actually made the statement once on one of her interviews that she thinks that the human race is childish and should be controlled, and if nothing else, done
Yeah.
away with.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
mean, I don't. Yeah.
No, I think I heard it as well. I've seen it
Mhm.
too.
I mean,
Yes.
for me, if I could live in VR chat, but I could bring everybody in here, like have a
Mhm.
home here, have a life, have
Mm.
this body, or
A
you can
job, have
change
everything.
into whatever you want. Exactly.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yes, I would like that, but I would like
Mhm.
my loved ones to be in here too, because
Mhm.
that's literally what you're losing from the outside world, the real life world.
Yeah.
So I'm all for living in VR chat,
Mhm.
but there are still those, if
Those elements.
like,
Well,
yeah.
The give and
for
take.
me, like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
normally I'm very much an outdoors person. I love sailing, I love hiking, I love boating, because there's so much beauty out there and there's so much that's still undiscovered that we can appreciate. But, with our modern society, we're almost reaching that point of incompatibility between the natural world and us. And I
Mhm.
think if there was a way that, we could actually, most of us could exist, like if we didn't have to go to work, like if we could have robots station a job and we could literally go into from our VR world into and actually do a physical work, get paid for it, for the physical stuff,
Mhm.
or the anything like office work could be done, is being done now in VR. That cuts down so much carbon emissions from cars and all that other stuff. We could actually find a little bit more of a balance and not really, and actually be
Mhm.
gaining more quality of life and not
Mhm.
so much destroying our planet, because we're having to
Yeah.
decimate all this virgin land for office buildings, for all sort of stuff.
Mm.
But when that comes to a point where it's outdated, and not needed anymore, I think in a lot of ways that would be a boon for the IRL world, when you don't need that real estate anymore,
Mm.
and it could go back to a natural state.
Mm.
Yeah. I
I think
mean, global warming
the only thing we're
is
doing.
reality.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Continue.
Yeah, I was just going to say the only thing, because for me myself, since the lockdowns and things like that, I actually now permanently work from home, with the occasional trip to the office when they ask us to do. I don't have to go. We can do all meetings virtually on the using video link and things like that. I think the only downfall I found with working from home is that switch off. It's the
Yeah.
I can see
because,
that.
as I say,
I can see that.
I've got my own little office upstairs that I do all my work from. My whole setup is technically it's actually a better setup than what I had in the office, so that's better for me. But it's the as I say, the interaction. I miss the human interaction,
Mm-hmm.
and I miss the as I say, that cut
Sitting
off
at the water
because
cooler.
yeah,
The water cooler.
Well, it's that is
you know,
it's that the boundaries goes blurred
yes,
because
Yeah,
it's
because
home, but it's still work. Yeah, I get
Mhm.
that. You can't just
Yeah.
say I'm done with work. Now I go home because you are home.
Mhm.
yeah,
So
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, I can I
mm.
can see that. I'm
But
outside working,
mm.
and
however,
it gives me a
I
lot.
do love working from home.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I was
No, it's okay. It's okay. There are a lot of benefits to it too. It's
Mm.
still that all those ifs.
That's some balance. Well,
Yeah.
because I get what you mean. Because for even a lot of what I did in IRL, being a skipper, I actually lived on dock, and a lot of times I'd live on ship. And
Mhm.
there you got no place to go. You're on a ship. So you're 10 hours on or 12 hours on, 12 hours off really doesn't mean really anything because you're
Mm.
still there.
Mm.
And that being able to punch the time clock, get in your car, and go to a different location, and then you can just
Yeah.
leave it that place else. But I do like the idea of not having to make that commute. And I
Yeah.
also like one of the things about, like, you probably noticed too, is it does suck not having that boundary,
Mhm.
but you also get to spend more time with your family.
Oh, definitely, yes, yes,
True,
definitely,
True.
yeah. That's what I say. That's one of the things that I've liked. There's pros and cons to it, as you said. It's the
Yeah.
yes, I lose that cut off and that gets blurred when you finish work, and then you still get messages sent through. Then you find yourself jumping back on and carry on. And when you get paid for overtime, it's like, whoa, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? But you end up
Yeah.
doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the social aspect, the spending time at home with the family has been much better. Again, another con is the fact that, well, it's a bit of a mix actually. It's a pro and a con. I don't have the commute to and from the office, so I don't have the rush hour traffic that I have to deal with. Even though I'm on the bike and I can filter through traffic and all that lot, it's still pain in the ass. So there's that problem. That is, I don't have that. But the other problem is, I don't get to go out on the bike as much now. So it's like,
That's true. Mhm.
But you have a lot of self discipline. Like, if I was working from home, I'll be like, yeah, no. I mean, you really have to keep yourself going
Mhm.
and have that motivation to actually do what you need to do.
It's a different
Which is
mindset.
why
I think it's a
have-
different mindset.
This is why I have
I
a
wish I
physical
could
job.
be like that. Mm.
Mhm.
Mm.
I'm always that busy. I don't get time to stop.
Yeah.
Well, even
But,
just from a commerce perspective, I mean, I could see a lot of our business actually moving to VR. So I still see things like the economy, stuff like that, still working just fine, even if everyone moved over to the Oasis and were living their existence in the Oasis. Life would still go on as far as making money and doing all sort of stuff. It'd just be done differently,
hmm
Yeah.
yeah.
And I see
I
that
think more.
because you're starting to see it now. Mhm.
I think it will be open to a lot more possibilities if
Mhm.
it's in VR and such. You can reach
Mhm.
the world very quickly. I know you could do that through social media, and yes, this is also social media, but still, even though you don't meet people in person, you still kind of do.
Mhm.
Yeah. You get to meet
I
people in
would,
their
yeah,
personality rather than physical
Mhm.
form.
They're
exactly.
physical.
Because I
You
know,
get a different view.
I know
Mm.
if I was to meet Rozzy on his bike one day and I could see my side mirror disappearing,
Yeah, and just
that'd be
big
one way we
angry
would meet.
biker. You know.
Maybe.
Even though probably we're the same size, but hey.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh dear. Here we go again.
I must note, I have never actually taken anybody's wing mirror off in anger.
That we know of. In anger.
In anger. An accident, maybe.
I
He's
may
got the
have- I may
videos to
have-
prove it.
I may have clipped a mirror or two. But when I say
Okay, yeah.
clip, I mean literally just sort of like. And then it's a sorry.
But yeah, that's the beauty about VR chat. Even though
Mhm.
people say, "Oh, the world is so big and such," it's actually not. Like,
Mhm.
look how close we are to each other, even though we're far away. The world is
Mhm.
actually
Mm.
small. It's
Mhm.
really
Mm.
small in here
Mm.
because you
Mhm.
can reach so many people. Yes, I love you too, you retard. You're my retard.
But on a side note, slightly
Honey,
off par.
stop.
If anybody knows how to link VR chat to Microsoft Teams, please let me know, because I would love to be able to do it and freak my work lot out and answer them in VR chat.
I
That
In
would be
that.
amazing.
I
No,
I can actually
no.
do that.
Use
Rozzy,
that
I
messed up
actually
Hold on,
know
hold
how.
on.
I already know how.
You know how?
OBS.
We need to have a
OBS.
conversation.
You, me,
Don't be
after
scared.
this.
Don't be
You
scared.
know
You
what?
might
I will
be
make
sad.
you an
Get me in my
office.
office. Get me-
I will.
Give me
In
my
my
office. You mean your IKEA? Your IKEA special
Your
clearance?
IKEA office.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that office could be amazing.
I'd still
Yeah,
down you for
we
that.
will
I'd still down
listen.
you for that.
We will show picture of Ren's version of an office for Angel. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
literally.
I'll put it up there
Even
for
I
you.
have sympathy for you. Even I have sympathy for you.
It's
I mean,
the
Why don't
I
learn
do
a
like the
budget?
poster.
That's
Yeah,
why
I
we
do
need
like the
more
poster.
Patreons. Help this man get a better office. Please subscribe to our
Yes,
Patreon
yes.
and smash the like or subscribe button.
For fuck's sake, Ren. Really?
Okay.
Really?
You damn.
Really.
Hey,
Real,
that's
eh?
my catchphrase. Get your own.
What?
I do. And it's potatoes.
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 Okay, so I think we kind of been all around, or am I
Mhm.
missing something?
No, I think
No,
because
We've
the
reached-
technology for Ready Player One, and because you had to figure that Ready Player One came out in, I think it was the book. The book came out in 2011, I believe it was, and the movie not, so that was at the time high technology, for 2011, and now that we're just like 2021, and the technology we're actually surpassing what they even dreamed of in the book, and now we're moving to that scary element of the
Mhm.
Matrix, which brings on a whole new aspect of when people can literally jack in to a computer and never have to leave. And because we see now with a lot of people, I've
Yeah.
talked to a lot of different people, it says if they could jack into a computer and never have to get out, they would. Because I mean, people
Yeah.
are, everything that you can do in the
There
real
are
world, you
lone-
can do here.
Mhm.
But
There are
I don't
lonely
think,
people out there.
yeah, and
There
I
are
think this
lonely
is
people out
really a
there.
hub for a lot of them to make that connection. And I see it with a lot of people that this is really their only place because of either isolation, social awkwardness, for a host of
Mhm.
different reasons, can come here and find family.
Yeah.
But I don't, I love VR. When we reach to the point of the Matrix, when most of society will be living inside of a virtual world, I don't think we should forget how beautiful this planet we
Yeah.
have, this gift of this beautiful planet we have is. Especially,
Yeah,
because
just
we are also on the cusp of another thing. We're actually on the cusp of becoming an extraplanetary species. And that also brings up a lot of things too, because if we can permanently become uh, a biocomputer in so many different ways, how is that going to affect even space travel? We no longer have to deal with a physical body anymore. It brings up a lot of issues, but we shouldn't forget how beautiful the world is. For a lot of the
Sure.
gifts that we have, because I forget who it was said it. I forget if it was Ichiachi Kaku or one of them that said this thing within 5 years, and that's not a long time when you think about it. People will be preferring to live in a virtual world because it'll be like living in what we're used to as Technicolor, and the real world will be so plain and so limiting. It'll be
Yeah.
like living in a black and white TV because you'll be so limited by what you can do.
I mean, global warming is the thing. Like
Mhm.
we're almost start mid-September, and we have a heat wave here.
Mhm.
In Denmark, North Europe, it's not normal.
Mhm.
So yeah, if we keep continuing on doing this, I understand people want to live in VR,
Mhm.
and I don't blame them. I really don't.
Well, even here in the States, because like in the book, the stacks. I hate to see it. I can literally see the stacks becoming a real thing. Because I see pockets of that now actually happening, and I mean, we have a massively horrible homeless problem, stuff like that. We have, third world hunger and stuff like that here in the States. We have tent cities, and, it's just an variable time before we literally have the stacks will be a normal way of living for most people, and so VR, I can see that being, would you rather live your life in this third world poverty or slip on this little device and be anything? It's an escape from reality and becoming
mean, when you
a
can,
new reality. Mhm.
I mean, when you can start to eat, drink, and other stuff like that in VR, yes, I think a lot of people will run from the real world into
Mhm.
VR. I
Mhm.
definitely think so.
I see it literally coming, because especially as technology is progressing so fast in neural hijacking VR, or what they call uh, deep diving. Deep diving is, we're not far away from that now. I mean, we're just a few years away from the first true deep dive VR. And I see a lot of people slinking away from reality and that becoming their only reality.
Mm-hmm. I can, yeah, do that. I definitely can. I I would really like you guys out there behind the screen or whatever you're watching this on, leave a comment in the description. What do you guys think will happen? Will it become like Ready Player One? Will we have little microchips in our head so we can download our entire self into a computer or whatever device it might be? Like, give us your thoughts and we will maybe take this subject up again, depending on what you guys say. Like, if there's anything you want to know, just link or anything, comment in the description. Not in the description, but
And
the
we
commentary.
and we really do want to
Interaction
hear from
comments.
you, because ultimately this is going to be your show too. So if you have any subjects that you want us to explore, get into, or anything like that, please leave a comment in the description. And we would love to hear from you. We would love to have your ideas on the show. So please get in contact with us. We'd love to have your feedback and explore
Yeah.
some of your guys' subjects.
We have email, we have Discord, we are working on Facebook. We're actually also maybe soon having a TikTok. And please support
wow.
us on our Patreon. What?
Mm. What? Nothing.
But but yeah, please support us, subscribe, like. Can't do this without you
Oh.
guys. So please, and even Rossi is standing up for you guys. VR is wonderful. But if that's all for today, I think yeah,
Yeah, I think that was a good
that's
show.
the end of our
We're
show.
good.
So thank you so much for joining us on this week of the 6873 show. Please join us again next week. And until next week, you everyone out there have a great day. We'll see you later.
Take care and be safe. Lots of love.
Hey, come a little closer real quick. You know, most of our subscribers are up here, like on our small little category. We see a big number that is not subscribed. So please subscribe to us. We want to see you smile. We want to see y'all laugh, even at my dumb commentary. Just hey, by the way, potato.